Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Workforce Wellbeing team, we would like to welcome you to the third session of our mindfulness sessions with Deepal. These workshops are a part of our Employee Thrive program where we have taken some time to shed light on mental health. Over to you, Deepal.
Thank you. Let me share the slide. Okay. Once again, nice to be with you on this series on mindfulness. A quick recap of what we have done so far. We got a basic understanding what mindfulness is. It's a process of becoming aware of what goes on here and now. And in the process, we learned to come back to what you are doing and letting go of what you don't need. Then I said, by practicing this on and off, over and over, you will develop the ability to even notice your own intentions. So over a period of time, you will begin to discover you more than anybody else. And today, we are going to discuss an approach that will help us live a happier life in a way, using mindfulness. This is to deal with the kind of image we have about ourselves. We build this image using many aspects of our life. And sometimes we don't realize that we build this using things that are absolutely have no control over. Let me share a personal experience, two personal experiences. One, those days I used to have a very thick mustache. And as you know, the mustache is about 18 years younger than the hair. But come 40s, I started noticing that this is getting grayer, while the hair was still jet black. And now I had a problem because that was conflicting with my own view about me. I thought I was a young looking guy, and here suddenly you see white gray hair coming on your mustache. Finally, I had to give in, and then I shaved my mustache. But now when I look back, I realized that was a problem about my image and the actual. On a second example, after I left my full-time work, I was living a perfectly, textbook life, regular exercises, yoga, meditation, balanced life, balanced eating in moderation, and absolutely no risk factors. And on a regular checkup, they found that there were 2 blocks in my heart, and they had to put 2 stents. As you know, the stenting is a very simple thing, and then I came out of the hospital in 24 hours. But that was not my problem. The problem was not of getting diagnosed with a heart disease. The problem was, how can I say that I have this? Because I'm supposed to be a very healthy person, living a very balanced life, and heart attacks, heart problems are linked with people with stress, and which I think I am managing very well. Can you see? There again, the problem was not with the disease, but the problem was with my image about myself. And we build this image about ourselves using so many props, if I will say, right? We build this image using primarily what we look like. If anybody asks you who you are, we pull out your identity card and show, and it takes a picture. Now this was taken sometimes a few years ago, and we are still showing. For example, I have a national ID which was taken in 1983 or something, and I'm still using it. I'm so different from that, but still I pass on. So this physical part of our body, which gives us a lot of identity, if you realize it, we have very little control. We know how people after one accident, one sickness, the whole thing changes. So we have little control over the body. What else we use to build our identity? Oh, well, about our knowledge. We put so many examination qualifications at the end of our name to show that I know this, isn't it? So that becomes part of our identity. And all what we know, or knowledge and experience, is of little value if the context changes. Right now, there are so many capabilities which are relevant because the situation has changed. And or a little capillary goes off and you will not be able to remember anything. So the memory is a weak identity. What else? Your experiences, what you have achieved in life, and what you possess. Most of the time, we build our identity using what we possess. So the whole branded business world is based on this identity. So can you realize we build our identity using props over which we have no control? And even things like people's compliments and what other people tell about us, that also forms part of our identity. So can you realize that we are walking on very thin ice? So once you realize that, that sometimes these things are not perfect, right? And I want to give you, so in life, there are sometimes this kind of image is shattered based on some incidents. And we are sometimes very harsh on ourselves. Recently, I was coaching a top executive, and talking deeply, I realized this person has been so harsh on this person, on himself. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake because at that time you thought that was the right thing to do. Otherwise, nobody makes mistakes. It can be a wrong judgment, it can be a wrong behavior, whatever it is. So I would like to propose a simple formula to move forward. So what you do is, if something happens in a relationship or anything which you think is wrong now, probably not at that time. This time you think it's wrong. The moment you realize that, you acknowledge, yeah, I did that. But you realize that it is in the past and you cannot change that. And now you're worrying, it's impossible to correct. And sometimes we worry about the decisions we took. How do you know that it was the wrong decision? So in that case, you need to be able to go back in time to that moment in time and take that other decision, and the life has to continue under similar circumstances up to today and see whether today would be different. It's hypothetical. It's not possible. So no point regretting, oh, I should have taken that decision, So what we need to, and secondly, when we are remembering things from the past, they don't give you the correct picture. It is always an edited version. You try to recall some of the incidents that happened a couple of years ago, 10 years ago. You will not be able to remember everything in that detail, you see. So you will pick the highlights or the lowlights and then try to create a picture. So it is a very low resolution image, and it doesn't give you clarity. So you try to upset this present moment using that. Or you think of possible consequences that can happen into the future. So first thing you do is acknowledge. And then if you can't go and say sorry to the other person, at least to forgive yourself. Okay, it's human, I made a mistake. I will not make this mistake again. Make a resolve, you resolve to yourself and learn anything from that incident if you can. Actually, life is the best teacher. They say in school, exam comes after the lessons, but in life, lesson comes after the exam. So you learn from that and say, hereafter, this is how I will deal with it. So you move forward. Now, I invite you to accept this AFLM formula: acknowledge, forgive, learn, move forward. So then your life continues. Don't get stuck in places. So today we will explore this whole concept of how can we move forward with all the mistakes that I have in my life, all the difficulties, all the problems, Some people are so preoccupied with their looks which are not right. How can somebody say that you don't look right? You are so unique. Accept it. And anyway, you have to manage with your body for the rest of your life. So accept it like a friend, So similarly, any mistakes in life, this is how you need to deal. Acknowledge, forgive, learn, move forward. Make it your life principle. And in this context, I want you to understand a very beautiful Japanese concept. This is called kintsugi. I don't know whether I pronounce it right. Kintsugi means, kint means gold. Sugi means the gum. So they have this very, very deep philosophy where if a ball breaks, they will put it back together. They won't throw that away, but they will not want to hide the cracks or the fragments. They will put it and reconnect them with a glue that is rich with gold. So then you highlight that it is broken before. Actually, this gives us a deep insight and a nice way to approach life. So mistakes and deficiencies are part of life. They actually beautify our life. And if you take it that way, right? And isn't it a beautiful way to look at it? So you don't give a big negative mark, because we have been conditioned to give a big negative mark to life when something small goes wrong. Why? Because from the childhood, it's always the negative thing that gets highlighted. A child gets 80 marks in school and the parents will worry, what happened to the balance 20? Why couldn't you get that balance 20 marks? Your focus is on the mistakes. As managers also, we spend a lot of time on looking at problems and mistakes. This is a beautiful way to look at it. Going forward further, I want you to approach yourself as if your own child. This is a very simple philosophy. Imagine that you are your own child. Now, when you say you have your emotional side and you have your physical side, isn't it? You are not only emotions, you're not only physical, you're both. So if it is your own child, whatever the physical deficiencies you have, a mother will not throw that child away. You can't, because it's child. It's okay. It's okay. You put a pat on the back and say it's okay. And you are upset for whatever the reasons. And some days you feel lousy, some days you feel good. Even if you feel lousy, if it is your child, what will you say? You will not throw the child away. You have bad emotions and say, okay, right now I have a bad emotion, but you're my child. Let me take care of you. So I think that is the kind of approach that will be very helpful to have a very happy life. So every time you think some things are going wrong and you're so annoyed with you, so what do? You remember that you are your own child. So shall we link this into the practice of mindfulness? Okay, so we'll do a little bit of practice and we bring this attitude of you as your own child. So whenever, especially whenever you have a bad mood, when you think there is a bad situation and you are so angry with you, but remember, if I were my own child, I will try to tolerate, however much it is. It's okay. You cannot throw that away. So you begin to have a better relationship with you. So the stronger that relationship, the more that relationship is filled with love, happier you become. So I want you to bring that into the practice of mindfulness. Let's practice. Okay, we'll get the slide out and then listen to me. Sit comfortably wherever you are. Relaxed, but the back straight. And feel that you can sit like this for a few minutes. So slowly bring your attention inwards. Let's start with sounds. Eyes gently closed. Listen to the sounds that are around you. The silence in between. Try to pay attention to the silence. Sounds come and go, and you can listen to a sound only if it is present. They don't last for long. Even a sound that is continuous has changes. In that moment of silence, go deeper into yourself and let's try to feel that you notice in your body as sensations. Start from your feet. How are you keeping them? How do you feel them? Is it cold or warm? Tight or loose? Relaxed or tensed? Try to notice every possible part of your soul. The toes, the heel, and gently relax and slowly come up along the calf muscle. Relax them. Whatever the sensation you notice, and gently relax. Be grateful to your feet. It carries you around. Ask your legs to relax. Thank you for all that you're doing. How are your knees? The thighs? How the pressure of your body gets distributed on the chair, the cushion? How do you feel? Do you feel a sensation of temperature? Just notice. And wherever you are, feel your fingertips, the palm, the inner palm. How do you feel? the touch sensation, the lower part of the arm, elbow, upper arm, all the way to the shoulder. Now go back to the waist area. Start from your buttocks. Come along the trunk, noticing any sensation, especially the back of your body, the back muscles, along the back, all the way up to the neck. On the front, you might notice that your tummy is coming up and going down. The chest may be going up and going down. Notice the tensions and the feelings around your neck. Come on the back side of your neck, back of your head, to the top of your head. Watch carefully, you might feel some sensations even there. Front of your neck, the throat area, the chin, the cheeks, the mouth, the lips, nose. Bring a gentle smile to your face, your eyes, forehead, all the way to the top of your head. Now that you have scanned the whole body, spread a sense of friendliness with all its deficiencies. Say thank you to your body. And as a mother would caress a little child, imagine you're caressing your own body. You're my child. I'm okay with you. Just be friendly. If there's any pain or complaint from any part of the body, like a mother would do, get well soon and give a gentle tap with your mind. And keep a very good smile on your face. And relax your whole body. So when you're practicing on your own, take as long as you can. Take as long as it is needed to complete this full relaxation. Allow your body to fully relax. Don't be in a hurry. There are enough things in life that we are doing in a hurry. This is not something that you have to do in a hurry. Now open your attention to your mind and see whether you can notice any thoughts that may pop up. If it has nothing to do with this moment, just let it go. So keep doing that until you find there is deep silence. And in that silence, you will notice that you are breathing. Wait till it happens naturally. Don't go in search of breath. Have the same attitude of visualizing you as your own child. Keep watching the breath with no interference. Just observe Make it a play. And suddenly you will notice that you want to pay attention to some part of your body. Just notice it and come back and find where the breath is. We use the breath kind of like a base. Have that attitude of friendliness, expecting nothing, accepting everything. And gently tell yourself, may I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. Enjoy that happiness arising out of silence. And slowly, with a big smile in your face, open your eyes. So try to integrate this kindness to yourself. Before you spread kindness to the others, it is very important that you can spread kindness to you. So be happy with yourself, and all the time, whenever you feel upset about your state of mind, of your being, physically, right? Sometimes we get various illnesses. So always remember, it's only part of your body, not you. Oh yeah, something wrong with my leg. It doesn't matter. I am okay, but leg has a little problem. Let me deal with it later. So you build that beautiful relationship with yourself. And once you're happy with yourself, you'll be happy with people around you. They will be happy with you. And more we practice this, you'll be happier and you'll be lovely. So to know more about, you can visit my website, or you can listen to some of those YouTube talks that I have given. Or if you want, drop me a mail. I'll respond to you. Thank you. See you again on the next session on mindfulness. Till then, may you be well and happy.